Have you ever felt like your whole existence is meaningless? Well, I always felt that way. When I was 8 years old, my mother said, "You are not needed." And 20 years later, I hear the very same thing from a company that I worked so hard for 5 years. I didn't feel like I was alive. That is, until I met Maria in the apartment.
Well, what do you think? It's a great deal, right?
In the beginning, it was supposed to be no more complicated than me finding an affordable apartment.
Kitchen's on the left-hand side, bathroom's down to the right.
Great.
Well, I guess I'll see you later.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Oh, by the way, the door will lock automatically when you leave.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Looking back on what happened, I can't help but wonder, what would have happened if I had never gone into that kitchen? This was the first time I met Maria, and ever since I saw her, I began to forget who I used to be. Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't think anyone was, I must be in the wrong apartment. I'm sorry. Are you the new tenant here?
Oh, no. I used to live here, and I just thought I'd come back and bring back the key. I didn't bring back the key when I left, and so I just had to see the place one more time. Look, I'm not lying.
Alright. Alright. I couldn't believe what she was saying to me. In the past, I would have booked out of the room, but for some strange reason, I stayed there to talk with her.
So, are you the new tenant?
Oh, haven't really decided yet. I'm just kind of taking a look at things. I don't even really know if I need to. We began to share more and more silence, in which we found ourselves trying to fill it with words. It was as if a young child was trying to spell out a word, but couldn't. But anyway, you must have a lot of memories from this place, huh?
Well, yeah. Some good ones and lots bad.
This was also when Maria started to show some traces of sadness within her smiles. I see. And somehow, I made a connection with those traces. I'm sorry, I'm cold, by the way. Anyhow, we just kept our relationship without knowing phone numbers or where we actually live.
There you go.
I was more perplexed in this bizarre relationship than Maria, who once said, "I just need someone who lets me forget about the outside world. Someone like you." I quit my job at the firm downtown. I just packed up all my stuff and I've been pretty much apartment hunting ever since. I tried to move out here and look for an apartment, but it hasn't happened, so I'm basically just 28 years old.
Hey.
Looking... What?
Let's not talk about that, okay? We just meet at 12 and have sex. Nothing more, nothing less. We won't meet outside of this apartment. We don't need to know anything about each other. That way we don't get too involved. Okay? Deal?
Yeah. Not get too involved. All right. This is probably the point where I became aware of the pleasures in life. Looking back, I used to wear suits all the time because I didn't want anyone to think that I was unemployed. Wearing a suit made me feel like I was part of something, like I belonged. Then one day, Maria told me, "Inside this apartment, it doesn't matter what your name is, where you work, or how much money you have in your bank account. You can be anything you want to be, as long as you can throw away all that nonsense from the outside world." I had to believe her. After all, every day, in this empty apartment, I was slowly, gradually able to wash away all the negatives I had inherited over the years, just by disrobing my suit and sleeping with her. As the days passed and Maria and I spent more and more time together, she slowly began to reveal more and more traces of melancholy in her face. She also began to spend more time in the kitchen. It was like her sanctuary. She looked distraught, and I asked her what was wrong, but she said with a smile, "Don't worry, I'm okay. I just felt a little sick." I knew she was trying to hide her feelings. Maria, I don't know anything about you. I don't know where you're from. I don't know where you live. I don't know what you do. Nothing. I started to feel a sense of confusion in the apartment. It was as if the room was defending Maria's feelings. Ever since I said those words to her, our relationship began to crumble. From that day on, Maria and I would do different things in the apartment. And when we would talk, we ended up having a big argument.
So why can't we have sex and sex only? I thought we made a promise not to get too involved. Besides, how can you say you love me if you don't even know me?
I was ignorant of Maria's suffering. Don't you see? That's why I need to know you more. And only sure of how I felt.
Since when?
Since when? It's not like I can tell you the exact minute I started to love you. It's just something that kind of happened.
Right. How did we get like this?
I wanted to step out and start a new life with her. At that point, I couldn't understand why she would show up in the apartment at all. She was in pain, just like how I used to be. And then, out of the blue, she spoke those words.
Let's not do this anymore.
But why?
Don't get me wrong, because I love you too. It's just that men can't love their women forever.
But I'm not like that.
They all say that.
We're finished in this apartment. Let's go back to our lives. And I realized how much I was caught up in thinking that I was the one for her, the one to make her happy. But I suppose she wasn't thinking the same about me. And so I left the apartment, thinking never to be back here again, thinking Maria would go back to her life, whatever that was. I then decided to go back to the apartment for the last time. I wanted to make sure that the room still held its unique emotions.
Why'd you come?
I thought you might be here. Why did you come? You know, maybe I shouldn't be here.
Let's meet at noon tomorrow. Get out of this apartment, huh? We'll move out together.
Eventually, I convinced her to come out with me, which obviously made me ecstatic. I even thought it would change my life for the better. Little did I know, that would be our last time together.